had moments that break us down, searching for light when the world spins round. But in those cracks, the purpose is born, a new way to live when the old is torn. It's more than a story, it's the rise from the fall, a place where your purpose starts to call. With Dr. Stephenson, wisdom takes flight, turning your pain into hope, into light. Collide with purpose, embrace the change. Every story's got a fire in its flame. Tune in, listen, find your way to take life's hardest hits and turn the page. In the podcast, the truth is found. Collide with purpose, let love abound. From heartbreak to strength, the lessons unfold. It's about how we rise, not the stories we've told. Guests with their journeys, sharing their light. In every collision, there's power in sight. It's more than a talk, it's the wisdom we gain through every struggle, through every pain. With conversations that open the door to purpose, to power, to so much more. Collide with purpose, embrace the change. Every story's got a fire in its flame. Tune in, listen, find your way to take life's hardest hits and turn the page. In the podcast, the truth is found. Collide with purpose, let love abound. So come as you are, with your scars and fears. This is the place where the truth appears. Turn your trials into stepping stones. Find the strength to claim your throne. Collide with purpose, embrace the change. Every story's got a fire in its flame. Tune in, listen, find your way to take life's hardest hits and turn the page. In the podcast, the truth is found. Collide with purpose, let love abound. A collision with purpose, your journey starts here. In every conversation, we'll wipe away fear. Find your purpose, let your life ignite. With Dr. Stephenson, you'll find your light.
Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are. Join us from today. Welcome to another episode of Life-Changing Conversations to Inspire Action. Today we welcome a woman whose voice carries not just melody, but a message. She's a teacher, a youth advocate, and a performing artist who has turned trials into triumphs and pain into purpose. Known to many as JC Kenya, the Rumba Gal, Jacinta Mudeizi is a force of nature, passionately serving her community through education, advocacy, and music. From surviving the horrors of post-election violence to becoming a leader, mentor, and founder of her own community organization, Jacinta is proof that no matter how broken the beginning, the story can still end in beauty and impact. So sit back, lean in, and prepare to be inspired, because today, purpose is in the building. Hi, Jacinta. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Dr. Stephenson.
How are you? It was just the other day I saw you in person.
It was a pleasure meeting you too, sharing the same path as the community, it's something that was beautiful. Thank you so much for visiting Kenya.
I thank you for joining us, and just let me say thank you to anyone out there watching. Thanks for joining Life Changing Conversation to Inspire Actions. And today we will do just that. So, Jacinta, you have quite a story. Your story begins with profound adversity, surviving the 2007 2008 post election violence. Can you take us back to that moment in your life and share how those early traumas shape your purpose today?
Okay, thank you so much, Doctor. Um, I remember vividly 2007, 2008, to 2007, 2008 was election violence. It was post-election violence. That is December 2007. I remember I was 10 years old, and whatever I encountered as a young girl was terrifying to me. Being uprooted from a place you call home, going to somewhere where you're not even sure of. It was really sad. Witnessing women being raped, um, women are being raped, women are being molested. All the people are being burnt inside the houses because they cannot run. Houses are being burnt down. Um, Children were crying loud. You can hear gunshots all over. So it was something that was terrifying to me when I was young, and that is when I realized that peace is a paramount thing that we really need as a community and everywhere that we live or wherever we go. So we left that place. Luckily enough, it was a tribalism actually fight, and luckily enough, my aunt was married to the tribe that was fighting all the tribes actually, and we afforded to get a lorry that transported all the people to Western Kenya. Actually, my dad took all the people who were living in Western Kenya. We went there, and upon arrival, there was this gentleman who helped us with sugarcane to just it was hunger everywhere, like we could barely eat. So when we just stopped by that place, that gentleman, he was an old man, may his soul rest in peace. He gave us sugarcane. We were really excited. We ate, and then from there we went to our ancestral home, where I witnessed my parents struggling to even put one meal on the table, just for us you know to have something to eat, going to school barefooted, from going to good schools, having good uniforms to wearing torn uniforms, going to school barefooted, having no meal. It was a bad experience. Yeah. So from that experience, I think that is why I felt like I need to educate people about peace. I need to be an advocate for people because I felt like it shaped the new me. It shaped the way I viewed the world of today. It made me to become sensitive to injustices. After witnessing all the things that happened to women, to older people, to children, it made me become very sensitive to injustices. So that is why I started. I think that is the force that gave me the advocacy spirit up to today. Yeah.
So, at the tender age of 10,
Yeah.
rape, violence, hunger, all of that as a result of the 2007 2008 election. And you experienced that
Hmm.
firsthand. You talk about your ancestral home. Can you share a little bit about growing up in your ancestral home pre this violence? What was life like then?
As I've said, seeing my parents, they had lost jobs because they used to work where we used to stay, right? So seeing them struggle to at least put even just a meal on the table was heartbreaking. Like they don't have connection with work, first of all. Thanks God, my dad has had had a mind of coming up with a small house so that when we visited our grandmother, it was there waiting for us because we were settled permanently where we used to stay. So luckily enough, when we came to our ancestral home, that is the place where we were staying. And having no place, beddings, where to sleep, we used not to have clothes. We had the clothes that we were just having in our body when we were coming, and then no food. The bitter thing was no food because we were used to eating 3 meals a day. You eat whenever you want. So it was hard for us to adopt such kind of lifestyle. Going to school barefooted, sleeping without a blanket on you, no mattress. Actually, I remember the first time when we were sleeping, my grandmother gave us a skin of a cow, skin of a cow to sleep on. I was like, what is this? What is this? Like, it was traumatizing, kind of, but see who I am today, you know. Those are some of the things that made me who I am today, I think, yeah.
Wow. You know,
Hmm.
Jacinta, you describe turning pain into power.
Hmm.
Talk to me about the turning point when you realized that what you experienced, your story, was not just about survival, but it was about service and you becoming a leader.
Okay, there is this time I was telling my story, of course, the way I'm just sharing with you my childhood story. I kept sharing with people, and there is this girl I shared this story with. Actually, let me call her lady, a girl lady kind of, yeah. So I shared that story with her, and she was saying, "You're sharing such a heartbreaking story, and you can afford a smile on your face. Like, are you for real? Are you serious?" So when she said that, she was like, if you can afford to put a smile on your face from what you went through, then I think I can too, from what I'm going through in my life. So I felt like my voice was not just mine, it was for many other people. And the survival that life gave me, uh, I think service gave it a meaning. Whatever I'm doing, the service that I'm giving at the community, it is the meaning that my life is now. Like, you know, yeah.
Mm. It's not just
The
about
service
you.
that I'm doing at the community defines now the life that I survived. I was supposed to die actually. From what we went through, was supposed to die.
Mm.
But now if life has given me a second chance, then I have to serve other people and advocate for that which affected us and my family. Yeah.
Did you lose? You talk about you were supposed to die. Did you lose a number of friends during that time?
Of course.
Mhm.
We were settled there, right? So I had childhood friends. I had family friends.
Mhm.
We were so happy. And then you're coming to another place where you have zero friends. Actually, I remember when we went to the school at my ancestral home. Um, there was no, we used to have rules like from Monday to Thursday we are supposed to speak
Mhm.
English, and then on Fridays is Swahili. So we were used to that from the school I used to pay. When I went to this other school, it happens that if you speak in that, I carried my culture from the previous school to this now the current school, and now these people are speaking in mother tongue. My fellow students were speaking in mother tongue. So they kept distant. It was difficult for me to make friends. They kept distant. They're like, you're pretending. Why are you doing this? Blah blah blah. They want to to use your self-esteem. Actually, they were harassing. They were harassing, kind of, So somehow self-esteem was kind of brought down, but I survived. I survived such traumas. Survived such experience.
Well,
Yeah.
you
So I
clearly
lost
you
friends.
survived. Clearly you survived, and you're here today doing the work.
Yeah.
You know, let's talk a little bit about purpose and advocacy. You have been a youth advocate since 2018, and now you
Yeah.
work with over 7 CBOs. What drives you?
hmm
What drives your continued passion for grassroots community work, especially among youth?
Okay. Personally, I know how it feels to be forgotten. You know, just to be forgotten. I know how it feels because we have youths in the grassroots who are really having potentials, but the system really reach them. We have youths at the grassroots level down there, but now it's the system that is not able to reach them. The ones who are able to access information on social media, maybe information to the offices, those ones are the ones who are benefiting. But the youths who are on the grassroots, the ones who are in the grassroots, the village down there, they are unable to access such services. And that calls for me to, and when I was working with the CBOs, I understood the importance of house to house, door to door visits. Um, I understood school to school because I do school to school visit. That is when you interact with the very youths from the grassroots. So I believe youth are not just leaders of tomorrow, but they are leaders of today. Not just today, but now. Yeah.
Well, there is a big, huge movement in your country right now, the Gen Zs, as they call them, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
talk about the future. And do you want to share anything about that? Your thoughts?
As I've said, we are leaders, not just leaders of the future, but leaders of today. It's just a matter of our parents, the society, the youths, and the people at large to just give us a try, trust us, you know, believe in us, because we are the epitome of change. We can bring so much change. We need to be heard. We need a sitting with our leaders. We need a dialogue. It's only that we use. I think we need inclusivity in whatever decision is being made. We don't want these policymakers to make maybe laws and rules or policies for us. We want them to make policies with us. With
Mhm.
us, we want to be part of them. Yeah, we want to be part of the process. So that is what is lacking, and that is why you can hear there is Gen Z's protests. There is what, because we are not incorporated in these processes. And some of the things, it's because we lack information. Some of them lack information, as I've said. The youths who are at the grassroots level, they don't access information. Some of them don't have smartphones. Some of them cannot access media. So what are we supposed to do? We incorporate these CBOs that are working at the community and ensure that information reaches the youth, so that in case of a public participation or in case of any decision that's supposed to be made, they are aware of, they feel like they're being included.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that is the main problem that is really happening with
Mhm.
our agencies and our government.
So
If we
it
are
is not
included,
about that. It is not about them making decisions for you. It's about them
yes,
making decisions with you, is
we,
what I'm hearing
yeah,
you say.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's huge. And I would not just limit that to Kenya. I think that's a
hmm
global concern. That's a global concern. All right. So the Mudeizi and community CBO is a huge step.
Yes.
What gap did you see? in society that push you to start your own organization? And what have been some of your key wins?
Okay, thank you for that. I started Mudezi and the community, and I've said I've worked with around almost seven CPOs. I think
Mhm.
almost seven CPOs, and I've interacted with the people of the community, with the challenges, with the rape cases, defilement. GBV cases are very high. GBV cases are very, very, very high in my county, in Kenya at large. Incest, defilement, all those sorts of violence. They're paramount here. So I understood the gap that is in between, because sometimes when you work under someone, you feel like they're not doing their best. They're not doing their best, you know. So I thought of that gap. I thought of becoming the main bridge between the community and the justice centers for these people to get their justices through me now. So I decided to start up Daisy and the community to mainly talk about the menstrual dignity, the GBV cases, and the youth opportunities. And most importantly, creating awareness on some of the things that the government is putting out there, but now it can't reach them. So youth opportunities is the main agenda that my CPO is working on, the menstrual dignity and GBV cases. Maybe others are just others, but those are the main things that I really felt to 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 bring them on board. Yeah, and we started with one part, one girl, one voice, and now right now we are offering sexual reproductive health and rights sessions. We go to school visits, we go to polytechnics, we go to that technical institutes, we go to door, we have community dialogues, we go to chiefs barazas. Whenever there's a gathering, we go there to give sessions that are educative to the young people and the people at the community at large. So one of the wins, you've talked about the wins that I've gone through as Daisy in the community is I've managed we have managed, because we are family, of course. A CVO is, a group of people. So we have managed to report an abuse and find justice for a physically handicapped girl who was a teenager, and she got justice. It was tough. It's not easy, but it was tough. But finally, she got the justice she deserved. She was taken to a rescue center as the case was ongoing until when the justice was served to her, and wherever she is right now, she's safe.
Mhm.
Yes.
She's in a better place
So
right now.
so
No,
so so in short, Mudezi and the community just want to be the voice for the silent people who can't voice
I,
themselves. Yeah.
I, I understand that. So let's shift things up a little bit, and we're going to talk some more about your work as a youth leader. But you're a very talented person, multiple talented person. You're a songwriter, you're a singer. Can you
Yeah.
share your talent with us?
Wow. Today we are going to preach peace, 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 because I'm a product of lack of peace by then, So I've written a song on what that talks about peace, and this song is called Tovanda na Kimya. Tovanda na Kimya is a Lingala phrase, which means tuishi kwa amani in Swahili, but in English, it urges Kenyans to live in peace. So I will sing a chorus, maybe, and then we continue. It's my original song, but now I'm known for rumba, so I did it as rumba. Uh-huh. Wakenya tupendane tuwe na umoja. Wakenya tupendane tuwe na umoja. Tushirikiane kwa kujenga taifa. Tushirikiane kwa kujenga taifa. Tuache chuki. So Wakenya tupendane tuwe na moja means Kenyans, let's love each other. Let's live in unity. Tupendane tuwe na umoja. Let's come together. Let's join hands. Tushirikiane kwa kujenga taifa. Let's join hands in building our nation. And then it says, tushirikiane kwa kujenga taifa, tuache chuki. Let's not have hatred towards each other. So it is emphasizing on, it's just a peace building song. Um, yeah, just communicating to my fellow Kenyans through music, because we love music. Kenyans love music, yes. So I think this message, if I would do a recording of a video of me speaking about peace, they wouldn't listen to it. But if I do music in regards to peace, then they could. So I did this song. That was the chorus. So it goes ahead and say, Mbona uchukie mwenzako juu ya ukabila? Mbona uwe mwenzako juu ya ukabila? Mvua ikinyesha inatunyeshea sisi sote. Jua likiwa kali linatuwakia sisi sote. Tunaongozwa na rais mmoja na tunalindwa na Mungu mmoja. Wakenya tupendane, tovandana kimya. So it means why should you hate? Mbona uchukie mwenzako juu ya kabila? Why should you hate someone because of tribalism? Yeah, mbona uchukie mwenzako juu ya kabila? Why should you kill someone because of tribalism? Because if it rains to all of us. Like if it's our plant that's supposed to grow, to yield. God doesn't choose who rain is supposed to rain to. Even the sun, when the sun shines, it doesn't choose that it's supposed to shine in Viga County and not Kisumu County. God loves us all, you know. We are being led by one president, so that means we are a country under one umbrella, under one leader, who is the president. So we are supposed to live in peace as brothers and sisters. Yeah, I think that is what the song speaks about. Yeah.
You know, it was Bob Marley that did a song that the sun don't shine on one man's house. You know, who listens to your music? Is it just younger people or is it a combination of young and older people? Because, you're trying to reach those decision makers as well,
Yeah.
not just the
Mm-hmm.
young folks. You got to reach them. Is your music getting through to them? Is the message getting through to them?
Um, Let me say, when I began singing, actually, I didn't give myself the name Rumba Girl. It's the people who gave me that name, Rumba Girl, because the first time I went for auditions, attempting to sing, actually, the first time on stage, I sang a song called Nakei Nairobi Vumbilia Bell from Congo. She had visited Kenya, so she had a friend, of course, and now she's composing this song to the friend in Kenya. So it's called Nakei Nairobi. She mentions Kenya. So I performed that song, and I performed it well. I have a video. I remember I cried on stage because everyone stood up on the hall. They were so happy. They were not just old people, youths, children, adults, old people. They were very happy and they really loved it. So when I observed that when you go to elders, they loved that song, the rumba kind of. When you go to women, they were in for it. When you go to youth, they were in for it. Even the kids, because everyone stood up in that hall. Then I was like, huh. I think, and they were calling me Rumba girl. Actually, they were not calling me by my name. They called me that Rumba girl, that Rumba girl. You did it well. You did it well. Like I was getting a lot of attention from people, and I was like, if music can get people can get attention to people like this, if it's Rumba that is getting their attention, and it's me who can do it, and they become this happy. then why can't I incorporate music with advocacy? You know? So I started doing more of rumba. They were requesting more of rumba, more of rumba. So I recorded cover songs and I composed the one that I've just sung, Tovanda Nakemia. And I tell you, I have, if I look at my YouTube studio, I have all the ages of people who are listening to my music. And that means I am reaching out. My information and my message is reaching out to all the population. Yeah, to everyone.
And that is so important, right? Because
Yeah, yeah.
to for change to take place, you got to
Mm-hmm.
reach people. Now, you're deeply involved in GBV and SRHR advocacy. And I want to
Yeah.
ask you to tell us what those two things are. But what are some of the harsh realities you've encountered? And how do you protect your own mental wellness in the midst of these realities?
How I protect myself on maybe mental breakdown. Uh, I think music. What I do, how I deal with my mental issues. I think I sing, I pray, and if you look at the songs that I sing in such moments, the songs are godly. Like they are prayer at the same time they're songs, you know. So I sing at the same time I pray through the songs, and then I relax, of course, because I have learned that healing is just it's just for those we help, but it's also for us who are helping them. We are healing as we help others. You know, I heal. Part of me heals when I help someone. You know, because I needed that help when I was 10 years old. So when I help this person, it heals the part of me that was hurt, you know. And I also lean on my support system and remind myself that I cannot pour from an empty cup. So
Mm.
I am my own support system. Yeah.
You
So there is
you
this.
are
Yeah.
you are your own support system, and I'm sure there are many people out there who support you as well. And because you're not, no one is an island, and you certainly working to bring unity and love, where through your music and through your other work. Now, as the assistant county youth coordinator and a member of the youth service board,
Yeah.
what do you believe are the biggest misconceptions about Kenyan youth, and how do you challenge them through their work?
I think the biggest misconception, actually, even today in the function that I was today, I had some people saying that youths are lazy, that
Mm,
we are lazy, that youths are lazy, of which I take it as a very, it's a misconception.
mhm.
It's a misconception. We are not lazy. I work with youths. I interact with youths, and the youths that I can interact and work with are hustlers. Personally, I'm not employed. I'm not employed. I'm a hustler. I have to pay my bills. I have to put food on my table. I have to look smart. So if I was lazy, I wouldn't be here. You will not have met me even. So it is just a perception of people saying that youths are lazy. We are hustlers. We are innovators. We are creative. We are visionaries. It's just that we lack maybe we lack the support. We lack the support system, including our parents. I tell you, it's only I tell you I have friends who are artists, friends who can draw, friends who can act, friends who can do martial arts and all, who are talented in short. You find a large percentage of them are being discouraged by their parents. They're not supported. They're not. So some of them are doing it out of ignorance. Like, let me just do it. Because if they don't believe in me, then I'm supposed to be my own support system. So I can say that we are not we are not being supported. We don't have a very good support system, we as youth.
Mm.
And as I said earlier, we need decisions to be made with us, not for us.
And
Even our parents, when they are making decisions for us, they need to consult us. They need to consult us. So I feel like I will challenge that narrative by asking maybe them to give us space, to trust us, and give us tools, and then they see us, because most of the youths are having skills at hand. It's just that they don't have tools. They don't have spaces to exercise whatever skill they are having. So it's the whole support system. So we are not lazy. It's their mindset, their perception. Yeah,
so
we are not
you
lazy.
you live in Vega County, is that correct?
Pardon?
You live in Viega County, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. For a young person just graduating high school,
Hmm.
what what kind of jobs can they hope to get in Vega County?
A young person who has graduated in Vihiga.
Hmm. What's the
Hmm.
future like for them? What does the future look like? Jobs and so forth.
Let me say, life is not easy. I will talk about Kenya and Vihiga. I will say life is not easy. You can find a graduate who has stayed for 10 years, even 15, without employment. So what are we supposed to do? We have to have a second option. We as youths, youths are supposed to have second option, because unemployment, corruption is real, and I believe um, it's not just Kenya that corruption is, but all over the world. I'm suspecting that. I'm not sure of it, but I can say corruption is real. You might find, unless you have connection with some jobs, we have those jobs which is just automatically you can get them after some years. But we have jobs that until you be connected, until you have connection somewhere, is when you can get that job. So majority of youths are unemployed, and we are now looking for a second option. I will give an example of me. I trained as a teacher, but going to work as a board, I was being paid by the board of the school, and I was getting little cash. It couldn't even sustain me. I was staying with my parents. I need to help them with, doing ABC at home. I couldn't do it. At the end of the month, I'm already having debts, and the money that I was getting at the end of the month was not even. I couldn't even uh, like pay my debts. You understand? So I really sat down and thought about the option way. And if I could sing, why can't I generate income from the talent that God gave me? So I started teaching and singing at the same time. But now it reaches a time when you get a gig in the middle of the week, whereby you're supposed to be in class, you're supposed to be performing somewhere. So when I compared the two, and I felt like this has a better income than teaching, I decided to withdraw because I was not employed by the government. So I stopped because even parents were struggling to pay me to be in school. So I decided to go the music way, and that is where I am until today, and doing community advocacy. I'm not employed, and here I am. So
So for
yes,
someone who don't have your talent, they can't sing.
yeah.
What do they do to
Someone
make a
who
living?
someone who cannot sing.
Hmm.
We have CBOs. I will just advise actually Kenyans at large, because here in Vihiga, I'm giving an example from where I come from. Here in Vihiga, we have CBOs which nurture talent. Let's say, for example, I'll give an example of the Creative Family CBO. The Creative Family CBO incorporates all talents, be it acting, be it dancing, be it music, be it instrumentalists, all kind of uh, of of uh, of talent. And then they sit and come up with something that is a 3 hour or 2 hour. It's a show, and then they sell tickets. They generate income from there. The youths who are not talented, they can uh, get they can get, I've said youths are innovative. It's not a must you be creative. Maybe you're supposed to be in a creative industry whereby you're supposed to be talented to earn something. We are innovative in a way. Some are doing basketry, some have opened car washes, some are, there are some of the things you can do beside your career or your profession. You're just supposed to swallow the pride of your career and do something else, but do something else beside the career thing. Don't choose. There is this song that I say, Digitume. Usichague kazi, kazi ni kazi my friend, iwe ndogo au kubwa, jikaze tu manze, na roho moja chota maji, tulize, siku moja utafika, niamini, okay? Like, usichague kazi. Do not choose any work, because this world of today, if you want to wait for a white collar job, then bro, you're losing it. Think like a graduate, act like a dropout. As long as you get money, that is what we want. You get busy.
So the entrepreneurial spirit must be high. So question here, that as I listen to you, if you could sit down with in a room full of discouraged young people, and you talk to a lot of discouraged young people, what would you say to them to spark hope and purpose in them?
I come from a humble background, so I would say, basing on that, because many youths who are coming from humble background are the ones who are really suffering. So let coming from a humble background not be your ceiling. Okay, like your dreams are still valid. Hustle and have hope. Keep hustling. Your dreams are valid. Keep pushing. And also, the pain that we go through, let them not put us let them not like shut us from having more opportunities out there. Let's use this pain to move on and and get opportunities out there. Be aggressive. What I will advise the discouraged youth out here, to be aggressive. When there's an opportunity out anywhere, go for it. Don't wait for an opportunity to come for you. Be aggressive. That is how you're going to tackle the issues that we're going through as youths. So aggressiveness is key here. Yeah.
Be aggressive. We're going to talk about your music and how you use music as healing and advocacy. But I'm going to play a couple of videos before we go there, because this is you right here. All right. So I see you singing along there. So that's you and your friends. That was the night before we left Kenya, and
Yeah.
you that was a treat for us. You entertained us. You played for us. You shared your
Mhm.
talent. You know, you and your friends. Who introduce your friends on guitar and singing? Who are they? Can you talk a little bit about them?
Okay. So we have a band here in Vihiga. I have a band in Kakamega, but they're Vihigans who are having a band in Kakamega. They're performing in Kakamega. So let me start with the one in maroon guitar. The first one here, just beside me, is called Dulex. It's known as Dew. Dew is a solo guitarist, a very powerful solo guitarist. Actually, I believe in this guy so much. So he plays in churches. He plays in weddings, in birthdays, everywhere. You can find Dew if you want an instrumentalist. So Dew is not just an instrumentalist who just plays in one place. Like he's just meant to play in church alone. Dew he has diversified his skills, and you know that makes him like play the guitar in different counties. And then the next one is me, of course, JC Kenya, the Rumba girl. Aha, right next to me is called Chris. Chris, Chris just does acoustic. He hasn't specialized yet in maybe bass, solo, or rhythm. He just plays acoustic and live music. He does karaoke nights in Kakamega, and is also a security officer in General Hospital. And then the last guy is called Vo. Vo is a vocalist. Vo is a vocalist, a very good vocalist. Yeah, so those are my friends. They are from Vihiga. They are hustling through music. Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah.
Hmm. I'm gonna play one more video because this song was a real special song.
Uh, see.
I never
It's an
forget
emotional song.
you, I never pretend to. Nipita kwenye jua, nipita kwenye mvua. You've been so true since you came through. Getting ngejua, ngine sitojua. Saa zile miukuwazanga sana. Pita zinakwanga za maana. Yule napatanga, ni Maulana. Na so siwezi ngoja.
It's a goodbye song. That was a
Show me the
yeah.
green light. Tell me that you went. Joko na dawa.
So you said it right. The goodbye song.
Yeah.
That was the song that you will use to send us off. So music is a big thing for you, right? And we're
Yeah.
gonna talk a little bit about your music now because that's big. You did a song. You did two songs. You recorded two songs while we were there. You actually did one for my organization, A Collision
Yeah.
with Purpose, and you did
Mm-hmm.
another collaboration with an artist that came over there with us. So, can you just bless us with just a quick piece of both songs?
Oh, both songs?
Yeah.
Okay. The first song it was a song for the movement, which is collision with purpose. And I'm going to sing maybe a stanza and chorus. It's still in the studio. So we rise with a purpose, hands reaching wide, bringing hope where broken hearts hide, broken hearts hide. From orphan cries to scholarship flight, we stand for justice, we shine the light. Collision with purpose, tuko kwa ground tunaleta service. Collision with purpose, hope kwa mtaa bila malipo. Hey. Collision with purpose, tunaamini mabadiliko. Collision with purpose, tunaweza, tunaweza. Tuko kwa ground, tunaleta service. Yeah. Collision with purpose, hope kwa mtaa bila malipo. Na tunaamini mabadiliko, yeah. Collision with purpose, tunaweza, tunaweza. Collision with purpose. So maybe for those who are not, they're not able to understand the lyrics, we shall translate it once the song is out. But just for you to understand today, that we rise with a purpose, hands reaching wide. This is now the movement. I'm speaking on behalf of the movement, collision with purpose. We rise with a purpose, hands reaching wide, bringing hope where broken hearts hide. You know, for orphaned, they create scholarship. You know, and then we stand for justice. We shine the light. So, for Swahili part where I say tuko kwa ground tunaleta service, yeah. Collision with purpose, hope kwa mtaa bila malipo, yeah. Collision with purpose, tunaamini mabadiliko. Tuko kwa ground tunaleta service. We are out at the community bringing service to you free of charge. We are not charging. The collision is not charging anything. It's bringing service to the community, be it pad drive, be it information, disseminating it, the right information to the people. It's free of charge. So they bring hope. I've said they bring hope to the people they are touching, of course, from the community. They're not charging. It's free. Bila malipo. And then tunaamini mabadiliko. Tunaamini mabadiliko. They believe in change. They work with a purpose and they believe in change. So we can. Yes, we can. Tunaweza, tunaweza, yeah. So that one is the first stanza and the chorus. I think not chorus but bridge. Collision with purpose. That one I did it myself. It's gonna be out very soon. And then we have I think Shella, you'll talk about Shella, and then I talk about the music. Shella is a Jamaican artist. Shella Topstar is a Jamaican artist. And he is a producer and he is also a sound engineer. And Shella is the one who is going to mix the two songs. He's going to mix the two songs and do the mastering. Actually, I was so excited. I felt so blessed to having interact with someone from, here in Kenya, we love reggae so much. So when I had an encounter with a Jamaican, my Lord, I thanked God and I said, no, we have to do one song for Kenyans, for the youths of Kenya, to inspire them through reggae because they love reggae. So this song, I'll just give you some test, but it's being cooked. It's gonna be out very soon. Uh-huh. 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 It goes like this. Every morning when I wake up with a dream. Life's not easy. or so it seems. No might, no power, just patience. Some drops out, some layers, some stand strong. No, 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 no. Yeah. Some drops out, some layers, some layers to hustle. Just hustle just to find a way. Mm-mm. Don't give up, yeah. Still we rise, still we stand. Tunaweza, stand strong tutashinda. Still we rise, still we stand. Tunaweza, stand strong tutashinda. So we are urging the Kenyans, the youth of today, we stand strong. We can, yes, we can. We can win. We are winners. We are leaders. We stand strong. We can, and we can, we can. So we are not supposed to give up. The fact that some are giving up, some are dropping out of school, some are crying out, some are hustling just to find a way out. But we are going to tell you through this song, you're not supposed to give up. You still have a long way to go. We are the leaders of tomorrow. We are conquerors actually. So we are not supposed to give up. It's just a song that is going to motivate you to inspire you, to lift your hope high that we are together in this. We are not just suffering as Kenyans alone. Even in Jamaica, they are facing the same. They are facing. It's a global thing, you know. It's a global thing. I interacted with Shella, and it's kind of a global thing. Whatever Kenyans are going through, so we are not alone, but we are conquerors. We can do this. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah,
Shout out to
and yes, you can. All
Shella.
right. So, Jacinta, another special moment is when a collision with purpose gifted you a guitar.
Mhm.
What did that moment mean for you?
Actually, um, what do I say? I was happy, extremely happy. It was not just a gift, but it was a sign. You know, it was not just a gift from collision purpose, but it was sign that someone believes in me. It's very hard for someone to believe in you, to make people believe in you. It's not easy. So it meant a lot to me, just someone believing in my voice and even going ahead and trusting them in writing a theme song for the movement. I cannot express how I felt like, and I still feel the same. I am so blessed, and I promised you people that when you come back to Kenya, I'm going to be a maestro when it comes to guitar. I'm looking for a guitar teacher. I'm going to struggle hard, performing, saving, and having classes for guitar classes, and I'm going to be a maestro in that guitar. When you come back, I'll be the one entertaining you guys, and I've been aspiring to be a one woman band, like I perform at the same time I sing, because moving along with the band, maybe you be given money, you have to divide among the 16 or 10 of you. But if I go as a solo woman band, it's gonna be, I can save some money, I can save some cash. So I was so grateful for Collision of Purpose to, gifting me that guitar, including my parents. They were very happy. I wish they were here with me. They could show you the faces. They were very happy and they are thankful. I want to say on the camera, they were so grateful, and they are still praying for this collision, by the way. I hope when you come back to Kenya, you'll now see them. Please, you have to meet them. And then my friends, including them who have been singing with me there, they were also happy. Uh, Friends, my fans, they were extremely happy, and it's like you guys are God sent. My let me connect my charger, please.
A little bit of
Sorry
a
for that.
technical difficulties, but we'll work
Technical
through
issue,
that. We'll work through it.
Sorry for that.
That's okay. We work through it. We understand how things work.
Yeah.
As you're working on that, though, got you turned upside down.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Let's go ahead and turn the screen. I think we'll just take a quick break.
I'm a boy kid, I'm a boy kid. I'm a boy kid, I'm a boy kid. I wake up in the morning and I praise the Lord. I thank Him for His protection and I walk in His steps, declaring that today's provision is set up for me. I love God and I love my friends. I'm a boy kid. I'm a boy kid. I'm a boy kid. I put on my armor and I read His word, blessing come out of my mouth. Cause I know to whom I belong, I am bold for Christ. Holy Spirit dwelling within me, carrying His presence wherever He sends me. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. Loving others as He told me to pray for healing, miracles to see, knowing my identity in Christ, He is in me. I am a bold kid, He loves me, standing firm on His word, proclaiming everything I heard, not afraid because He is with me. Be bold. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. Put on my armor and I write His word, blessing come out of my mouth. Because I know to whom I belong, I am bold for Christ. Holy Spirit dwelling within me, carrying His presence wherever He sends me. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid. I'm a bold kid, I'm a bold kid.
Trailers written of hearts that strive through fire and flame, they find their way, becoming iron where courage holds sway. Becoming iron, with hearts forged in fire. Tales of courage and conviction rising even higher, displaying strength in the fiercest fight. Becoming iron, shining in the night. Faces the darkest night, the empowered man fights with all his might. The resilient man stands unwavering and strong. The inspired man knows where he belongs. Together they rise, conquering fears, becoming iron through trials and fears. Becoming iron with hearts forged in fire. Tales of courage and conviction rising even higher, displaying strength in the fiercest fight. Becoming iron, shining in the night. Becoming iron, shining in the night. The brave man faces the darkest night. The empowered man fights with all his might. The resilient man stands unwavering and strong. The inspired man knows where he belongs. Becoming iron knows where he belongs. Becoming iron, shining in the night. Becoming iron with hearts forged in fire. Tales of courage and conviction rising even higher, displaying strength in the fiercest fight. Men becoming iron, shining in the night. The brave man faces the darkest night. The empowered man fights with all his might. The resilient man to the morning light. They becoming iron in the endless fight. Becoming iron with hearts forged in fire. Tales of courage and conviction, rising even higher. Displaying strength in the fiercest fight. Men becoming iron, shining in the night. In the tales of old and the battles new, convictions like seasons flew. From abysses deep to the morning light, they become iron in the endless fight. They become iron in the endless fight. In the tales of old and the battles new, convictions like season through.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. As you can see, I'm the only one on. My guest, she's having some technical difficulties, but I'm going to bring her on back on just now. Here she is. Welcome back. Welcome back. Had some technical difficulties there, I see.
I'm sorry for that.
That is okay. I understand how it works. I understand how it works. All right, so
Yeah.
let's get back to it because you have so much more to say, and your life has been one of resilience, faith, and legacy. You have faced moments that would have
Yeah.
broken many. What role has faith or inner resilience played in keeping you grounded and moving forward?
Aha. Aha. You know, sometimes they say when one door closes or when doors closes, there is always a window.
Mhm.
You can squeeze and pass through it. So it doesn't mean if the doors are closed, you just stick there and just stay and wait for it to open itself. No. What I believe in is I'm the one who is having the key to to open the door. So what I'm supposed to do is um let me give an example of sometimes I break down, but it doesn't mean that I'm supposed to break down, cry in my room forever and forever. No. I have to break down, cry, and stand up again and say, no, 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 JC, you got yourself. You're your own support system. You got this. Stand up and go. So I can say there is a voice that normally whispers in me that I believe it's God's angels talking to me that you should not give up. You're a great woman, you're a great person. Do not give up. Just try and do one more step. You can do this. So I think through prayers, the belief that I have that God has me because God has not brought me this far because I'm not the same person that I was 5 years ago. So God cannot bring me this far to leave me vulnerable as maybe sometimes when I'm low. So I believe that He has many plans for me that I should keep going. So I believe that God is my protector. You know, yeah.
Hmm.
Mhm.
You wear so many hats, right? You're a teacher, a leader, an artist, an advocate.
Mhm.
You have a lot going on. How do you juggle it all while staying authentic and focus on impact?
Um, hmm. I think wherever I go, I carry my heart with me, like the
Hmm.
heart of advocacy, the heart of caring about others, the heart of love. Like if I'm in class, that is who I am. If I'm in the street doing advocacy, I bring the same heart that I bring in church, in my family, in school, in the studio, and everywhere. So I can say I am not I'm not juggling, but I integrate. I just integrate depending with the circumstance. I'm the
Hmm.
same person in all circumstances. When it comes to advocacy, to classes, to music, I bring the same heart. Yeah. And
You
the
know,
mission is to inspire and educate, you know. So if in class, of course, I'm providing the same service, educating and inspiring and empowering in the community and in the studio as well, because I'm sure I inspire other artists, you know. Yeah.
you 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 have been given a responsibility. You're writing an anthem for Vega County. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that? And how did you find yourself in that position?
hmm I don't want to talk about myself in a way that you know, I'm talking so positive about myself, but what I know about me is that I'm resilient. I go for what I want. I do what I believe I can. So
Mhm.
when it comes to music, I don't just relax because people already know that, oh, JC is a Rumba girl, she can do this. I'm trying to better myself through music so that other people can see, they can open other avenues for me as far as my talent is concerned and as far as me as a community advocate is concerned. So I think whatever I'm doing at the community, the music thing, the who I am, and I believe I'm respectful. Of course, I'm a respectful person. So when it was advertised and I applied and I stood a chance to be part of that panel, actually, I'm the only youth in that panel. The others are maestros. Like, you know, these are people who are very, very, very professional and experienced. They are elders, you know. So I'm so humbled to be part of that kind of panel or committee, to be working with them. I get more insights in life. I'm so just so blessed. So I'm part of the committee uh that is working in the community and trying to make
I see the problem is back. While we're waiting to see if that technical difficulty is going to work out, let me play another video.
And no rules and no law, you can do it anyhow. I know I will see you through. It's every day we pay the price. Where you live and sacrifice. Jamming till the jam is through. Well, we're jamming. See, we're jamming in the name of the Lord. Say, I'm jamming, jamming. And see, we're jamming right straight from God.
All right, so that was me playing the guitar, playing a song with the group. Again, we're having some technical difficulties in Kenya. So I think what we'll do, I will bring her back on another time. I'll bring Jacinta back on when the problems are not as there. But just want to close out today's show by saying that what we have heard today is more than a conversation. It is a testament that even the deepest pain can become the loudest purpose. Jacinta Mudeizi, J.C. Kenya, the Rumba gal, did not just survive hardship. She transformed it into harmony, healing, and hope. From the trembling cries of a displaced child to the bold voice of a national advocate and musical messenger, she reminds us that our past doesn't disqualify us, it prepares us. Through advocacy, and she's back on, so I'm going to bring her on back again so she can say her last piece. So
my God.
I was just closing out the show. And I know you're having some issues there with the internet, But talk to me about when you see young girls in Kenya, when they look at you, what legacy do you hope they see, and what call to action would you leave with them today?
The young, the young women.
Young women in Kenya.
Uh, uh, what I can say to my fellow young women or the young women and the women in general here in Kenya is they should believe in themselves first of all, and then they're supposed their voice matters. Okay, they're supposed to know that their voice matters, and power doesn't mean loudness; it means truth and courage. So they're supposed to be courageous when addressing issues, when articulating their issues. They're supposed to be courageous, you know. So don't be loud, but just be courageous. You know, when you're courageous, when you articulate your issues, you it means you know what you're doing. So don't be loud and communicating anything. Okay. So they're supposed to know that their voices are matter. Their voices matters. They believe in themselves, and they're supposed to be innovative in any way. And they're supposed to make sure that they are looking forward to have their own money, not to depend on people, men, to be specific, to get what they want. They should work in becoming independent women, so that in case maybe you find a man in your life, at least you can work things out. You're having your own money, he's having their own money. You can do great things together. So women are supposed to, yeah, to dedicate themselves in self development. I think that is how I can put that.
Mhm. So, JC, as we get ready to wrap up the show,
Hmm.
I want you to, in case I didn't ask you a question or any concerns we didn't address, this is your opportunity to share with us final thoughts.
Pardon the
Th- This is your opportunity to make a final statement.
question, please.
Yeah, final statement, final thoughts. Anything else you'd like to add before we
Sorry for that.
close?
I think I've exhausted almost I think I've exhausted almost everything, but what I would really wish to say is that youth are leaders. That is what we're supposed to put into consideration. We are supposed to just be given a chance. They're supposed to believe us, you know. And for parents, let them not make decision for their children. They should just um, trust them in whatever decision or support them in their dream. Someone said that if you support your child in their talent, whichever talent they're having, they will concentrate fully in academics, because they are doing. You've already accepted them to do what they love. That is the talent, as far as the talent is concerned. So when they go to academics, of course they will give you the best. But if you deny them that which they love to do and emphasize on them giving you good grades, they will not give you good grades because the concentration is not there fully. So that is for the parents. And then for policy makers, I repeat and I repeat, don't exclude us. Don't make rules and policies for us. Make them with us. Include us in the processes, okay? Yeah, I think that is all I could say today. And for the talents, believe in yourself. Yeah, you just don't rise from 0 to 100. We have, in between challenges and all that. So believe in yourself. Start working on your talent. Form itajipa. Here in Kenya, you say form itajipa. One day, things will work out and you'll see the fruits of your struggles. And for the youth, I would say that right now, the government has a lot of projects, but now they're issuing fundings. Even the partners who are coming, even these African this uh, collision with purpose. You can fund maybe youth groups, but not an individual. So I would advise youths to get together, if it's talent wise, if it's skill wise, if it's whatever, they come together, register a group so that in case of any opportunity that comes from the government side, from the non-governmental organizations, they are able to stand a chance to get some help. So let's the youth should embrace to be in the community-based organizations. Yeah, I think that is the end of what I could tell the youth. Yeah, unless there's a question that you wanted me to.
No, I appreciate it so much. But what I have is, I just want to make a statement that you came to us through music. That is to the A Collision with Purpose. I met you through music. But after listening to you and having conversations with you, it didn't take me long to learn that it was a lot more than music. There was a greater purpose why
Mm,
you connected with our organization.
yeah,
And I welcome you on board as a member of the A Collision with Purpose Africa. I know that you'll be playing a very instrumental role there. And I also want to say thanks for doing the song that you did, A Collision with Purpose. I
yeah,
truly appreciate that. You and I, we know that a Collision with Purpose will do great things in Kenya and in Africa for that matter. And the work
yeah,
has already begun. We've started, right? We've
yeah.
started.
Thank you.
So, is there anything else you want to add about your experience with A Collision with Purpose, team?
Wow. hmm To Dr. Dana, who is the CFO of the Collision with Purpose. I want to appreciate, the little time we had interactions. She really gave me a lot of insights as far as life is concerned, and she inspires me a lot. You know, you being the president, I just want to tell you that you might not know the impact that you're bringing at the community. You might not have visited all the community, but the little things that you think it's little that you're doing to the community, it's very huge and it's very impactful. And some of us who are doing community advocacy, those who are dedicated to community, we are so happy for you coming to our people in Africa. And we look forward towards like working with you and ensuring that Collision with Purpose uh, is large. It has members in Kenya and outside Kenya. I really appreciate you, the president, and all the members, of course, of the Collision with Purpose. I interacted with a few of them, and they were very positive about coming to bring a lot of change in our county, Viga to be precise. So I appreciate you so much, and I will urge the Kenyans to embrace and welcome Collision with Purpose in Kenya with the with the love, support them, follow them on their social media accounts, and get to know what they are doing because they are really doing a lot. These are just our fellow blacks, of course. Let me call them blacks from America, but they are doing a lot, man. Just get to their pages and have an interaction with them. You shall love it.
All right. So, of course, we will be back in Kenya, hopefully sooner than
Welcome.
later. But was it caribou?
Karibu, karibuni Kenya. Karibu Kenya sana.
Sana, asante sana. All right. So, through your advocacy, you've been fighting for the voiceless. Through education, you're guiding the next generation. And through music, you're calling all us to peace, action, and unity. So, for that, I say thank you. I want to say thank you for joining us today. And anyone out there who's watching or will watch the replay, thanks for joining. And we ask that you share the broadcast. You know, Jacinta's life is proof that purpose isn't found. It is forged, often in the fires where we didn't choose. You know, she talked about, I think it was 2007, 2008, when she was only 10 years old, experiencing the violence, seeing rape all around her. You know, she's living proof that there's life after. And so today, I ask that you let her story move you. Let it challenge you. And above all, let it inspire you to look at your own pain, not as the end, but as the beginning of something powerful. Because if Jacinta, JC, Kenya, the Rumba girl can rise, then so can you. And together we can all become instruments of purpose. That is all we have today for life-changing conversation to inspire actions. So until next time, we're out.
We've all had moments that break us down, searching for light when the world spins round. But in those cracks, the purpose is born, a new way to live when the old is torn. It's more than a story, it's the rise from the fall, a place where your purpose starts to call. With Dr. Stephenson, wisdom takes flight, turning your pain into hope, into light. Collide with purpose, embrace the change. Every